ABC, the championship for the Sprint Cup Series, it will be decided between the championship four. Kyle Busch going to try to go back-to-back. Joey Logano, Carl Edwards looking for their first ever Sprint Cup Series championship, and Jimmy Johnson trying to join the greats of the sport, Dale Earnhardt and Richard Petty, as he makes the run for his 7th championship. Kelly.
And I think, Rick, that I heard Carl Edwards say he just got a little bit too tight on that last run. But interesting, you and your teammate Kyle lining up 9th and 10th. And then we've got the other pairing of Jimmy Johnson and Joey Logano 13th and 14th. What do you anticipate at the start of this race?
Well, yeah, those guys know their place back there. That's important. I screwed that up a little bit. I mean, that car is really fast. And, yeah, it's so line sensitive out there. And I was probably a little too aggressive, and I think I got it on the splitter a little bit, but I don't know. It's a starting spot. In a way, I guess it's good we're all back there, but they won't be back there for long. All of us won't. We got some pretty good race cars.
We saw a little bit of an interesting moment when Jimmy Johnson approached you after he was eliminated. What was that conversation like?
He pointed out, he was noticed when he was watching TV that we have in common with you, we have zippers, just like you today. So we're just discussing that you have a zipper, we have a zipper. I mean, how cool is that right here on network television? So that was it.
I don't know. Somehow I just don't believe that was the conversation taking place between Jimmy and Carl. Thank you, Carl, for your time.
Yeah, no, he was actually talking a bunch of trash, and all the media would have loved to hear it, but we keep it between ourselves. It's pretty hardcore trash talking, but I'll get him on Sunday.
Yeah, all right. These pleasantries will be coming to an end Sunday. Marty.
Kelly, we're going to talk to Kyle Busch in just moments, but you see he and Adam Stevens are actually studying. They're looking at our monitors to see where everybody qualified, and now they're trying to guess where they should take on pit road. So they're trying to kind of fill out everyone 1 through 9 where they think they'll pick on pit road and what stall might be left when they get to stall 10 when Kyle Busch will get to pick, and Carl Edwards is going to come in and say a word or two as well. So they're trying to figure out where they can pick on pit road. So, Steve, that's a critical part of it, isn't it, just to know where you want to pick on pit road and looking and kind of planning of what you think will be available when you get that shot to pick.
Well, that's the key. You know, the key is Kyle Busch qualified 9th, so it's easy to understand that Kevin Harvick will take pit stall 1, but then where will Keselowski, Newman, Hamlin, Elliott, Truex Jr., Kenseth, Blaney, where are they going to go? You try to somewhat plan out where they're going to end up. Maybe Kyle likes to be early on pit road, maybe later. Some drivers, Jeff, have a preference on what box, whether they like opening in or opening out, which they feel more comfortable. Kyle Busch at 9th may not have an option. In my opinion, he's going to have basically either pit stall 33 or pit stall 21, which are going to be openings in. He'll probably definitely take those, but you can't over-prepare. No such thing as over-preparation. So Adam Stevens, Kyle Busch trying to discuss all the options. And then, of course, Carl wants to know because he picks right after Kyle. Marty.
All right, we'll jump in and talk to Kyle now. So that was a thorough discussion about which pit stall to select, but what did you learn about your race car in qualifying?
Really free. We freed up the most of our teammates, which makes sense, okay. But, you know, we needed to do that. So ultimately we didn't qualify where we would have liked to. That's not as good as I was expecting or hoping for, but all things considered, you got to look at the bigger picture, I guess, and we're all 9th to 14th, so there's pretty much a blanket right there.
The only change for that spent time in race trim today, will that play into your favor at all? Because you have basically an hour of practice they didn't get in race trim.
I don't know. I mean, you hope that it plays in your favor. It was during the heat of the day. It was during when we're going to race, you know, on Sunday. So the biggest thing that we learned there was what we want to work on over the nighttime in order to get our car better. So we are a little bit of a step ahead as far as working on our stuff, but we're also a set of tires behind. So, you know, we're not going to go out right away probably tomorrow, and we're going to go out on our scuffs, which we're not going to bust off a fast lap time, so we're going to struggle for lap time for tomorrow's practice probably. And just try to get a balance again and get a relative feel for what we've got going on, and then we'll try to go for happy hour and make sure that we do have the speed, or we can get the speed out of the race car when it matters when we put stickers on.
Some good points by Kyle Busch. Qualifies 9th, and isn't it funny, guys? That's how it always works out. The team that spent the least amount of time focusing on qualifying and practice today is the team that qualified the best. And in qualifying this evening, Kyle Busch will start 9th Sunday afternoon.
Teammates in row 5. Kyle Busch, Carl Edwards, Joey Logano, and Jimmy Johnson will be in row 7 for Sunday's race.